Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on February 26th, 2026, about a week ago. It introduces a suite of techniques that reduces per-parameter memory by over 50%, shrinking the standard 16 bytes required for AdamW down to just 7 bytes, all while preserving model quality. The paper is titled FlashOptim, Optimizers for Memory-Efficient Training. And as we'll see later, the results for democratizing large model training are really impressive. Table 1 breaks down exactly where those savings come from. In the standard Adam column, you see a heavy 16-byte footprint, with 4 bytes each for weights, gradients, momentum, and variance. FlashAtom, on the far right, slashes this by compressing the master weights and correction into just 3 bytes, and squeezing momentum and variance down to 1 byte each. This brings the memory cost all the way down to 7 bytes per parameter. So figure 1 illustrates what this efficiency looks like in practice during a Llama 3.18b fine-tuning run. The top bar shows the standard reference implementation consuming a massive 175 gigabytes of peak memory. Below it, FlashOptim drops that requirement significantly to just 113 gigabytes. You can clearly see that the savings come specifically from the compressed parameters and optimizer states, represented by the orange and blue sections, while the green activation memory remains unchanged. Alright, Algorithm 4 details the actual step-by-step process FlashAdamW uses to maintain these savings. The core innovation is wrapping the standard optimizer update in a dynamic prologue and epilogue. First, looking at lines 10 through 12, the prologue reconstructs the full precision master weights and optimizer states from their compressed forms, just in time for the calculation. Then, the standard update logic runs in the middle. Finally, lines 20 through 22 immediately requantize the updated momentum and variance, and split the new weights back into storage-efficient formats, which ensures the high memory footprint never persists between steps. Well, naturally, the big question is whether this aggressive compression hurts training stability. Figure 2 addresses this by comparing the loss trajectories of reference optimizers against their FlashOptim counterparts. In the top panel, for GPT-2 pre-training, the blue FlashAdamW curve lies almost perfectly on top of the orange baseline. Even when zooming in on the final steps with the inset, the two lines remain tightly synchronized, which shows that reduced precision doesn't derail learning dynamics. The bottom panel confirms this for ResNet 50, where standard stochastic gradient descent and its flash variant are practically indistinguishable. Having confirmed the quality matches, Table 4 quantifies the actual system gains during Llama 3.18b fine-tuning. The first two columns reveal the specific memory savings. Parameter memory drops by exactly 50%, going from roughly 30 gigabytes down to 15, while optimizer state memory shrinks by 61%. This leads to a total peak memory reduction of 36%, falling from 175 gigabytes to just 113. Importantly, the final column shows this efficiency doesn't slow things down. The optimizer step time actually decreases slightly to 11.5 milliseconds. Well, given those memory savings, Figure 3 validates that the numerical precision remains high enough for training. The plots show the mean relative error across different exponent values, with the top panel targeting BF16. The gray dashed line illustrates the standard error for BF16, which is quite high. By comparison, the light blue line shows the proposed method using an 8-bit integer correction. It drops the error significantly, performing almost as well as the orange line, which uses a full 16-bit floating point correction. This proves that the compact 8-bit term is sufficient to preserve model accuracy. So, having verified the weights, Figure 4 turns to the optimizer states like momentum and variance. Here, the charts compare the quantization error of standard linear methods, shown in orange, against the proposed companding approach in blue. Across all 6 panels, the blue distributions sit lower on the log scale, which indicates reduced error. The difference is especially dramatic for the variance terms. For instance, in the bottom right panel for GPT-2 AdamW variance, companding drops the error by several orders of magnitude compared to the linear baseline. This massive reduction confirms that simple linear quantization fails to capture the heavy tails of variance statistics, making the companding step crucial for stable training. To wrap things up, FlashOptim demonstrates that we can cut optimizer memory by more than half without losing accuracy. This effectively lowers the barrier for training large models, allowing researchers to run 7 billion parameter networks on standard hardware. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.